Hi YouTube, this is Amber and I am going to be doing my first update on my Project Pan via YouTube. If you have not checked out my previous video, I am talking about products that I constantly see and hear raved about, but I never see anyone hit pan or finish, to be honest. So I thought it might be kind of fun to see how long it takes me to finish some of these up. I have actually been doing my Project Pan for little over a year now because I started it about the time that I got pregnant with my daughter, and I've changed products throughout my journey, I guess you will. But in any case, I wanted to go on and join the YouTube community to get more accountability for myself to finish things and, you know, skip buying new makeup and all that good stuff. As far as my Project Pan goes, I am not denying myself any new makeup purchases, but I have to admit it has been so enlightening and easier to walk away from new makeup now that I realistically see how long it takes me to finish products. Because I don't know about y'all, but I am so tired of having to throw away lip glosses, lipsticks, or eyeshadows that don't have any payoff, all of that jazz. Because, I mean, with the amount of money that we spend at Sephora and Ulta and Target, wherever you decide to buy your cosmetics, it's a lot of money. I mean, even the drugstore stuff adds up. So, without further ado, let me go on and get started on the things that I have been using. And the first things that I have really been focusing on are my Maybelline color tattoos, and I'm using two in Too Cool and Bold Gold. And I've decided to focus my Project Pan on gold eyeshadow because I'm not a huge fan. And if you have more than one Urban Decay palette, you have a lot of gold eyeshadow. Like, every single palette has gold eyeshadow. I use these shadow bases over the Too Faced Shadow Insurance because they make my eyeshadow bulletproof for the rest of the day. And like this color, this is probably one of those like duh common sense Amber moments, but I talked about how this formula is just drier and chalkier. But if you, please disregard my nails. Like, I wanted to film this video before I got crazy busy this weekend, and I'm going to paint my nails after I'm done with this. So, but if you take your middle finger and swirl it around the color tattoo, you won't have to stick it in the microwave near as soon. Does that make sense? But I hit pan in my previous video, but I've hit more major pan, and now that I figure out the swabbing trick, it's going to be a whole lot easier to use this. But I put this in my inner corner to brighten up my eyes since I wear glasses the majority of the time. And then I also layer this on my brow bone to brighten up my eye. I need all the help I can get under glasses because since I am nearsighted, my frames and my lenses tend to make my eyes look very small. So if you wear glasses, highly recommend this. And just when you put on your makeup, take your middle finger and kind of pat it into your inner corner and then fan it up a little bit, and then take your brow bone, and then it makes a beautiful brightening effect. And then you can just use whatever highlighting shade that you prefer. And then the other color, y'all, I hit, like, okay, I haven't hit pan yet, but I'm going to, like, this week, is in Bold Gold. And I really never expected to ever make progress on a gold because I'd rather wear silver or purple or pretty much anything other than gold. But look at this. Like, hallelujah. I can almost see the bottom of the, I guess this is an acrylic container. It's not glass because I've dropped it how many times, but I can almost see the bottom of it. I do highly recommend this color. It's a very cool tone gold, and for me it works well under Urban Decay Half Baked, so I've been pairing these two together. I wear this on my lid, and then I layer the Urban Decay Half Baked over it. It's really, really pretty, very wearable for every day, and you can even kind of amp it up for a night look. I have worn the eyeshadow look that I wear during the day at night. I just do more of a winged liner and make the lipstick bolder, and it looks really, really pretty and flattering. So on that note, I will show you my progress on my Urban Decay Naked palette. And if you haven't noticed already, I have a board on my Pinterest page called Get Naked with Urban Decay. And if you want new ideas to use with your palette, I have hundreds of video tutorials and pictures of inspiration from the internet to kind of come up with your own looks with the Urban Decay Naked palette. So if you haven't checked it out yet, it's called Get Naked with Urban Decay, and go on and start pinning things from those, and maybe you'll be inspired to use your palette as well. The colors that I have focused on from this palette are Virgin, and with Virgin I use this not only to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner over the Too Cool, I also use it as my face highlighter, because on my skin tone it has a very similar payoff to MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. But I have to be careful, because if I do my whole face with it, like if I do my forehead, my nose, my chin, my cheeks, Cupid's bow, it's overkill. But if I just do the tops of my cheekbones and then I put a little bit on my Cupid's bow above my lip, and then my eyes, it's really, really pretty, very subtle. Because this, I want to say, I guess you call it a champagne or a white. It has a pink undertone. Not as pink as Sin, but it's definitely noticeable. But I've hit major, major pan in that. And then I've been working on Half Baked. What? Oh my goodness, I have hit some major pan. I am so excited, y'all. But the one that surprised me the most was my crease color, Smog. Look at that. Pan. Before I decided to bust out my Naked palette, I was project panning the matte purple shade from the Too Faced Romantic Eyes palette. And that pan is like half the size of one of these. And I made a significant dent. But even after a year of wearing it, I haven't hit pan in it yet. So to hit pan in one of these was like amazing. Amazing. I'm also using Dark Horse to line my lower lash line, but I mean, it's going to take a long time to see a dent from that if I just keep using it for my lower lash line. And then I am now using the two matte brown shades out of this palette, which are Naked and Buck. I combine them together and use them to fill in my brows. For a very long time, no joke. Well, okay. Before I started using some eyebrow pencils in the past few months, I was using the Bare Minerals brow powder in the color Brunette. And I kid you not, I use that brow powder every single day. It took me 5 years to finish it off. You talk about commitment. Like, I am over brow powders. I don't ever want to touch one again, because 5 years on one container. Like, that's not even funny. So I finished off, I want to say 2 Milani brow pencils in the last few months, and I think I used a Maybelline, whatever that skinny green eyebrow pencil is. So instead of buying a new pencil, I'm going to use my shadows for a little bit just to knock a bigger dent in this palette. It's not a perfect spot-on eyebrow fill-in because Buck has a little bit of red to it, but it does the job, so we'll go with it. And then my next product that I am super duper duper excited to hit pan on, because I have such a love-hate relationship with this, is my NARS blush in Orgasm. Look! The nerd in me wants to watch my previous video just to see like physical proof that I've hit pan. Because I've taken out a chunk out of this corner over here. I have thinned out this U-shaped section at the bottom. So I should be, you know, hitting a little bit more over the next few weeks. Maybe the next update, maybe I could get like a quarter of the way down to the bottom section of pan. This is a really beautiful color. I don't not like it. I mean, I really do love this. I'm over having this. Like, I have other blushes I want to try. This is my oldest of my pressed powder blushes, and this is 2 years old. And just like as a sidebar thing, like I learned years ago, never to store my makeup in the bathroom. because of humidity issues. I've had to throw out makeup twice because of mold issues in 2 different places that I've lived. So now that I have stored my makeup in a different area, I've been able to have more of a collection. So 2 years isn't bad. I mean, I've seen some YouTubers that are using makeup that's like 5 years plus. So it's kind of gross. I don't know. But I'm making major pan on this. Very excited. And then as far as bronzers, I use 2 bronzers every day. The first bronzer I use is the Sonia Kashuk Undetectable Cream Bronzer, and this is in the color Warm Tan. I highly recommend this. If you see it at Target, you need to pick up a couple because, well, maybe you won't have this problem, but like my Target does not keep this in stock. And since it's only $11 or $12, I go on and pick up 2 or 3 at a time. And this is like my second one I've gone through. This is comparable to the bronzer, Universal Bronzer by Chanel. I haven't wanted to commit to the $60 to buy that bronzer because it does have much more of an orange cast than this one does. This is very matte brown. And in my previous video, I had made progress in it, but you couldn't see pan at all. As you can see, I've hit some major pan. And I can probably finish this up in the next 6 to 8 weeks, if even. Highly recommend this. Give this a shot. I take my Real Techniques buffing brush. It's the flat brush that has the yellow handle. I know you guys know which one I'm talking about. Everybody has that brush. But I go through and I sweep it over my cheeks, and I go through in my temple area and under my chin, because after having my kids, I still haven't lost all of my baby weight, and so it kind of helps a little bit. And then it just makes a beautiful glow, and then I go over it with my Mineral Veil, and I contour with a powder bronzer. And it's a good bronzer, but yeah, I'm over it. I'm over it. But it's the Bare Minerals Ready Bronzer, and this is in the color of the High Dive. I know I've hit more pan down in this section, and I've thinned out, I want to say this side. Yeah. I've kind of been favoring this side. I don't know, whenever I put them back in my palette, I like change the side that faces me. So whatever side faces me is the one I work on. This bronzer is very matte. There is a little bit of an orange cast if you're heavy-handed with it. So if you want to try a new bronzer, this is good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good bronzer. But just be careful that you're not too heavy-handed with it. I use this to contour my cheekbones, to hollow them out. And then again, like I take a little bit on either side of my nose, in my temples, under my chin a little bit. And if I want to warm up my crease, I can use my bronzer. The High Dive, which is the color I own, is the middle shade. I have Skinny Dip, which is the lighter shade, and I have a lot of trouble getting that to show up on my skin, so I use it basically in my crease if I want to warm it up. And then there's a shade darker than this, and I believe it's called the Deep End, but don't quote me on that. This bronzer you have to commit to, because I've been using this for a little over a year, and this is all I've made progress on, and I've used this consistently. So I'm assuming I've probably got another 6 to 8 months on this bronzer, but I really don't want to bust out another one until I've, you know, made some more progress with this. So it's not bad. Give it a try. And considering like the price of higher end makeup, it's pretty comparable to MAC, and it'll last you like 5 times longer. Because I've noticed like with MAC powders, they're good, but they, what's the word? Like when you stick your brush in them, they go everywhere. Like they constantly spill product, so you're actually using a lot more product than you think. It's kind of annoying. And then I have a single Urban Decay shadow that I've been working on. It is a flesh tone peach color, and this is the color ABC Gum. I use this as my workhorse color in my crease area. It is a matte peach, and I cannot get this to show up on my eyes if I use it on my lid or as a highlight color. So what I do is before I put on my eyeshadow, like after I do my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, I layer this in my crease, and I put my crease color Smog over it. and it just makes it easier to blend out, because it's always easier to add color, but you can't take it away, and it's, you know, you don't want to go out looking like you're too made up. So I really love this. I will repurchase it at some point, but I'm going to see if I can find other colors in my collection that'll work just as well as this. And then lastly, I can't even tell you how excited I am about this, but for the very first time in my entire makeup wearing life, I have reached the bottom of a lip gloss. Woohoo! This is a Buxom, whatever their normal lip glosses are, in the color Celeste. If you want a good lip combo for the fall and winter as you wear your smoky eyes, like if you wear gray smoky eyes or black, or even if you do green, purple, any of that, my favorite combination last year was to pair the Celeste lip gloss with NARS lipstick in the color Cruising. It's the perfect pink nude. It didn't wash me out. My skin tone is not the fairest of fair, but I'm not a medium. And I do have a little bit of like yellow undertone, and it worked really well for me. I got tons of compliments. But I keep a glass container of lip products on my vanity that I'm currently working on, and when I saw this, I was like, I've got to make a dent in this, especially now that I see it's finished. So I have been favoring, out of my Project Pan lipsticks, my Maybelline Color Whisper in the color Made It Mauve. There is nothing special about this color. It is a Your Lips But Better. Who cares? Because, like, I love bold lipsticks. Like, my other Project Pan lipsticks are Berry Ready from the Color Whisper, and then some reds. But here it is. It's just a mauve. Like, it's the color I'm currently wearing, and then I've got the Buxom lip gloss on top. And then if you want, if you're a lip liner wearer, I'm project painting my lip liners too. The one that I found pairs well with these two is the Rimmel lip liner in East End Snob. The three of these are pretty fantastic. So I'm hoping to finish this lip gloss completely, probably within the next couple of weeks. I could technically call it finished now, but I want to see, just out of sheer curiosity, how much more I can get out of this. Because like I said, I've never, ever finished a lip gloss. So this is beyond cool. So that is about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for checking these out. And again, check out my Pinterest page, or Pinterest board, Get Naked with Urban Decay, if you want some ideas to use with your palette. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. And I will catch up with you guys in a month with my next update video. And I hope that today that you are encouraged to keep chugging along in your project pan, or if you haven't started one, you know, come on and join the crowd of us that are doing this, because it's very freeing to like actually finish makeup and feel like you've gotten your enjoyment and money's worth. I'm gonna tend to my daughter pretty soon. So in any case, I will talk to you guys in a month. Bye.